Hey everybody, it's Stephan here on GenderqueerChat. Um, so today I'm going to catch up on a couple topics. Last week we were talking about mannerisms, so um, I think I'm kind of in line with what other people said on the channel in terms of presenting in a more masculine, sort of androgynous way, but using a lot of stereotypical um, female mannerisms sometimes. Um, in terms of like using a lot of inflection in my voice, and hand movements, and I don't know, probably I don't know. I was thinking the other day while I was at a safe zone training that the way I sit is really interesting because I have like a weird hip thing. So when I sit with my one leg up crossed, it's straight across like a guy would. But when I use my other leg, I cross it at the knee because it's more comfortable, and that's how um, stereotypically a woman would sit because of like the skirt thing or whatever. But I mean, honestly, nothing says that any of those mannerisms have to be gendered one way or the other. That's just how society says they are. Um, so often it results in um, I don't know, like I'm kind of like what people would say me as female, then they think I'm kind of butch or masculine, and if people read me as male, then they see me as kind of more femme, with more feminine features. So I don't know. Overall, I think I just kind of present as androgynous, and the way that people view me is what changes. Um, so yeah, but usually everybody thinks that I'm queer or gay or whatever because one of the markers that society uses for sexual orientation is gender expression, even though they are different things. Most of society still gets them confused. So, yeah. And the topic for this week is talking about hormones. So, as most of you know, I was on testosterone for about 10 or 11 months or so. And then once I had my surgery, I stopped. And there's a lot of reasons for that, which I went into in a lot of my personal videos, which you can check out at That's What Z Said. Um, that's my personal channel. And but I guess to go over it a little bit, I really wanted to have some of the more secondary characteristics of more masculine person. So, the dropping of the voice a little bit, changes in body mass and hair and things like that were important to me when I was first trying to pass more and sort myself out. Um, but during my time on testosterone, I also started working out a lot more and trying to prepare for my surgery. I found that while I was on T, it was a lot easier to build muscle mass and things like that. And I don't think it's just the T, but from a combination of the T and working out more and eating better, I ended up losing about 30 pounds before my surgery, and then after my surgery, I lost another 10 pounds or so. So I'm about 40 pounds lighter than I was pre-transition medically. Um, but yeah, after I had surgery, I felt a lot more at home in my body, and um, I was happy with where I was at. Um, for me personally, I would have liked to have a little bit more facial hair, but I don't really think that my genetics are predisposed to having that. Um, So, I mean, everybody reacts to things differently. But I really didn't want a whole lot of body hair, and so, prior to surgery, I saw, a lot of hair encroaching on my chest region, and that really freaked me out because I didn't want to have hairy boobs. And anyways, I mean, you can always wax, but I also was concerned with people reading me as completely male when I didn't necessarily feel that way. So, in order to maintain a more androgynous look and not have to deal with going to the doctor all the time and shooting myself in the leg all the time and all sorts of, annoying medical stuff, I just decided to stop. For me, I like weaned myself on and weaned myself off, which is one way of doing it. There's really no long-term studies that say that, gradually shifting your hormones versus just starting and just stopping is either better or worse. So, yeah. So I've been off of testosterone for over a year now, and I'm still happy with my decision. And while I don't see myself starting it again anytime in the future, in the near future, I always know that it's a possibility that I might decide to go back on it in case my personal feelings about it have changed, or if for some reason I have to, have a histo or something like that, which I don't plan on, but I mean, anything can happen. And whereas some female-bodied people need to go on estrogen when they're older, I prefer to go on testosterone, if that's a choice. Um, and I mean, we'll see. I'm, not cutting it off as an option. It's always an option, but I don't really think that it's something that I want to look into right now for myself. Um, yeah, so that's a little bit about my experiences. Other people's experiences may vary, of course, and if you have any questions about like what did or didn't change when I started or stopped tea, or um, just anything about my thought process with going on and off, feel free to write me a comment or whatever, or send me a private message or however you feel comfortable. And I would be happy to go into that more with you guys. Um, so I think that's it for now, and I guess I will talk to you all later. And yeah, all right, bye.